Morning. Okay, so here's a quick video going over the resources and then the digital portion that is included with the ISBN I gave you. The ISBN that I gave you is for the loose leaf version of the book, which is what students look for because it's so inexpensive, but it automatically comes with MindTap, and MindTap is an online resource that includes an ebook. So this is your instructor resource center. I've loaded the book for you here. All the instructor companion materials are right here. The testing software is right here where you can generate tests. And then the MindTap portal is right here. If you click create a course, all you would do is give your course a name and a start and end date to it. And it self-populates. So the course is already populated, and then it's up to the instructor to customize if they want to do so. I've already created a quick demo course for you. Students actually get 2 weeks of free access to this. So if you are even to create a course, some instructors use this as a required, others use it as an extra ancillary for students or as a vehicle for them to gain access in another way as opposed to just the regular traditional textbook. We do have a subscription program going, and Chaffey College sells thousands a year. So in order for students to include your class in their subscription, they would need to get into MindTap. Because MindTap is an ebook. It also gives students the ability to just purchase MindTap on its own for an even lower cost. Students into the course via the managed courses here. This URL will plug them right into your course, which gives them those three options, either to include it in their subscription, to enter the access code from the bookstore, or pay for it directly. But again, for 2 weeks for free, they don't have to do any of those things. So this is also integratable into Canvas. If that was the method, you wouldn't even need student instructions. They would see your course in Canvas. It is grade turn and everything like that, depending on what level of integration you want. So this is what MindTap looks like. It looks the same for students as it does for instructors, except that everything that you see, you have the ability to customize. So if you use this as a required piece, that's where you would do the customization. If you used it as maybe an extra ancillary for students, we can move everything into a practice mode, and then they would just get the instructions and access it as they need. We have the learning path here, which I'll show you in just a second. We have two views. One's a calendar view, whereas if you were to populate due dates and start dates, that would be viewable for students right there based upon the calendar. And then this is the learning path view, and we'll show that. This is an at-a-glance gradebook where as students begin to take assignments, those will populate here. On the right side, we have MindTap apps where students can actually access flashcards, full gradebook. They can have the ebook read to them and manipulate that here. Students can take notes and highlights within the interactive ebook. Those are housed here where they can create study guides. There's a traditional view of the ebook, a school portfolio they can build that is included after the class for free, a glossary and a dictionary and notes, etc. They'll first be prompted with an activity, what is MindTap and how to use it, which will walk them through how to get in, etc. I'm also happy to come to your first day of class and do that. We have Take Charge of Your Success. This is a self-assessment folder. So the first one we actually have is what we call the CSFI, where students are measured on 10 different qualities of a successful student, perhaps being time management, money management, study habits, family support, etc. They take 100 questions, and then we give them kind of a report on where their weak spots are, where their strengths are. So it's just a participation grade, but they're able to see that, and they're able to give remediation on how they can improve. Moreover, if your student if you were to require this in class, your students could take this pre-test. You actually receive a report which will tell you where the students trend as a whole, and a lot of instructors will then target, especially in this class, target to how money management perhaps is a weakness in one class, and they can you can address that at greater length than you normally would. And then there's a post-test that they would take at the end of the term, which they do again, and then see the progress that they've made in the difference from one to the next over multiple months. A couple other things, goal setting, career planning, soft skills assessments, all right here. Again, everything that you see is customizable, so I can change the point value if I want to. I can even put things as practice if I don't want them to count and I just want them to be in a practice mode. So we have those self-assessment folder here. Then we organize everything into chapter, and then students will see the same uniformity in each chapter. So if I expand a chapter, I'm going to first see the chapter reading right here. So I have my chapter reading again. That it's a interactive ebook. We have a chapter quiz that will just it's very basic, go over the concept. You can actually go in here and click into anything you want and begin to review it. And then we have some personal accountability, connect to your community. A lot of these things will be tasks that students are asked to do to kind of prompt them to connect to certain resources on campus that they normally wouldn't otherwise. So we have a couple of those, and then a reflection. Some of these might be manually graded, and if you wanted to get rid of the manually graded ones, you could do that as well. But all of these are referenced in the book, so obviously easy to have points assessed via electronic method. So students are going to see the same thing in each chapter. So that's kind of how it's organized. If I put my edit tab on now, I have the ability to edit anything I want to, and I can hide anything I want. So if there's things I don't want to use, for instance, maybe some of these self-assessments you don't want to use, so you'll just hide them. It gets rid of them for you and for the student. And then to show hidden, I would just go show hidden, and it's going to show me what I've hidden. If I go to my edit tab and I edit anything, this is where I can add to the description. I can add available and a due date, and I can change the location of anything at any level. Then depending on the type of activity it is, I can change the option. So for instance, maybe the quiz gives you unlimited attempts. I maybe want them to only have one attempt in 30 minutes. So different variations of options that you can apply to any of the assignments within this. You can also, if you don't use Canvas, you can use this kind of as a Canvas vehicle where you can add and create activities. So you can plug in your own Microsoft OneDrive, Google Drive. We do have Questia, which is that primary resource bank. We have the Cengage Now and Applia assignments. This is actually where we also house the test bank. So if you wanted to add tests within this, if you wanted to add midterms, YouTube videos, anything that you can do through the Add and Create tab right here. So again, I'll let you go at that. That's a quick assessment or overview, I would say, of what MindTap is, and it's included with that title. So at the very least, you want to make sure that you are letting us help you set up a course so that you can give students the course instructions and they can get in so they can include it with their subscription, or have the option of just using it on its own. If you have any questions, let me know.